Hey guys, today on reviews we're going to talk about Flintheart Glomgold. Now, Gold, it's kind of unknown how he got born and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna skip to the part where he was first introduced to his younger self in that Glomgold episode where he lost his memory. In this scene, he's not known as Glomgold. He's known as Doofus. No, he's known as Duke Baloney. And as Duke Baloney, he was a shoe shiner, kind of like Scrooge. You know, the little boy trying to do shoe shining in South Africa. When Scrooge came to this town for an adventure, of course, he decides to let this boy shine his shoes, splats, that is, and give him a dime. Basically, he did not care for the dime, so he basically made up this whole revenge stuff on how he didn't give him enough money and that he just sneaked away and got some of his money. He got away with it and then changed himself for the better, got some killed and some other stuff, and lo and behold, Glomgold. And he's been going off for Scrooge for many years after that time, after he lost his memory and decides to become Duke Baloney again. After that whole mess, he kind of hits his head, he kind of swoops down to the water again, trying to chase his shadow, all that stuff, and then turns back into Glomgold, and continues doing his normal thing as an enemy to Scrooge. And also, and then later, after the few minutes of that story, Glomgold returns to see Scrooge. And after a long time now, Scrooge thought he was thinking of Duke Baloney, but he wanted to let him be Duke Baloney, but unfortunately that couldn't last long. He had to form back to his original self, and he decided to challenge Scrooge on a big money war against millionaires to go around the world and collect treasure. Now, I'm not truly sure how this story connects to everything, but I'm sure that it has a way of connecting Glomgold and Scrooge to actually get money of their own. So, in a way, they're kind of collecting treasure to see who wins. I hope Scrooge wins, of course, though. But anyway, I always like these games of Fred and how Glomgold and Scrooge compete together. It's like a battle of millionaires to see who wins. And I hope that one day Mark Beeks is to be a part of it too, because he's kind of part of the millionaire group nowadays. So I wonder if we ever get to see him one day. Well, if we don't see him or not, it's okay too. But we'll see what happens. But let's hope that Scrooge wins this fight. It also reminds me of the first appearance we actually see Glomgold. In that comic book I actually have somewhere upstairs in my area, and it talks about the first appearance of Glomgold, and he looks very different than what we have right here. He actually doesn't even wear a kilt. He actually wears a tux. He actually kind of looks like Scrooge, only he has to wear a black jacket with a purple shirt. So he's pretty much a little different than what he was in the DuckTales show. So things have changed a little bit. So in the first comic book, it's a story where Scrooge finds out that there's a millionaire who happens to be richer than he is. So he goes to challenge this guy to see how rich he really is. So he goes off with his nephews and Donald, I think. And he goes off and it's either that he brings his nephews or he just brings Donald. I think he just brings Donald. Who knows? Anyway, he brings Donald along on the ship, and then once it comes to the place, he realizes that he's much richer than any other duck in the world, richer than him. So he whips up a plan to bring up this big yarn ball and sees how big his is compared to Glomgold. So they do this race where they see it, and of course Scrooge wins, and that's basically the first appearance of Glomgold right there. So that's the first issue of Glomgold right there. So that's like a lot of days back, and things have changed since then. And there was also a scene which I've laughed at so much, is where Scrooge and Glomgold are just screaming at each other like Donald Duck would, like, you know, doing the angry stuff thing and angry Donald thing, and Donald is like, I never do that. It's kind of hilarious when you think about it, because That's where Donald gets it from, and he's not aware that he's actually doing that. So, yeah. That's that's all I gotta say about Glumgold. And in some of the DuckTales episodes, he also teams up with Beagle Boys and stuff. I don't know if they'll do that in the new DuckTales, but we can only hope and wish and wait. But anyway, sure enough, DuckTales will be back on February 18th. So get excited and get ready to watch some more new DuckTales new episodes. And I'll see you later.